Hi, I'm your host, Reed Brian Kimball, and welcome to this week's edition of the Wanted Crohn's and IBD Newsweek. In the next few minutes, you will hear about interesting news and happenings within the inflammatory bowel disease world. You can watch previous episodes by clicking this button on the screen, I should say, or the link that is in the About section that is below this video. A team of researchers studied elderly people living in different situations and found that what they ate gave them different compositions of gut microbes, and that their health seemed to be associated with the different compositions. In other words, what we eat can change our microbiome's composition, which in turn can change our health status. The article states that there is potential for the food industry to create products that help shape the gut microbiome. I had to shake my head because nature has already provided us with those products. They're called vegetables and fermented foods like kefir, sauerkraut, and kombucha, one of my favorites. You can make fermented foods at home and it's cheap. Your microbiome will thank you. Related, the NPR has an article asking whether we can eat our way to a healthier microbiome. They interviewed Jeff Leach, who heads the American Gut Project. He has a really interesting bit of information that I wanted to share with you. He says, when we starve our bacteria, they eat us. They eat the mucus lining in our large intestine. How do we starve our bacteria? By not eating enough fiber. He also points out that eating whole grains seems to be associated with an increase in bacteria that are linked to inflammation in HIV and rheumatoid arthritis patients. So there's lots of interesting information in the article, and it's a quick read. Tracy Mack, who created the amazing website, thepowerofpoop.com, has an open letter urging doctors to work with patients who want to use human microbiota treatment, especially for the treatment of C. diff or Clostridium difficile. She writes about a person who was admitted to the hospital and found to have C. diff. The family requested to use HMT, and their doctor refused to use it on the patient, calling it quackery despite its 90% success rating. Unfortunately, the patient died the next day. Did I mention the part about HMT being 90% effective and the doctor said it was quackery? It's probably a really nasty German sounding word that would make for an excellent insult for the doctor, but unfortunately I don't know German. It's probably a good thing because that doctor really pisses me off. If you can send Tracy's open letter to your doctor and local hospital administrators. Finally, I want to encourage you to watch an animation the NPR had done about the human microbiome. Gather your whole family together because it's extremely important information, and the animation is beautifully done. It's really a joy to watch. Well, folks, this is it. This is the final episode of the IBD Newsweek because I've decided to cancel the show. I want to thank everyone for your support, but this endeavor is taking time and energy away from my finishing the Wanted Crohn's and documentary. That's not fair to those who have supported me in finishing the film, and that is my utmost top priority. Links to these stories appear below this video in the About section, as always. Be sure to subscribe to this channel because I will be releasing different types of videos periodically, just not on a regularly scheduled basis, and not in this format of the IBD Newsweek. In closing, I'm Reed Brian Kimball, and remember, my friends, stay colonized.